But I think, to me, Clint, the biggest thing, and I think the thing that's the most encouraging thing in this game is that the starting offense, which obviously didn't have C.J. Stroud, but it had Davis Mills, and you never know when you're going to need your backup quarterback. The operation looked pretty good, I thought, in that opening drive for them. The only drive Davis got the whole game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he went one drive.
One drive, 10 plays, 74 yards, I think, 5 runs, 5 passes. Couldn't have drawn it up much better than that.
Yeah, look, with the exception of a couple of days where I think Davis has had some interception issues in camp, I mean, Davis has had a really, really good camp. I mean, when it comes to being clean and crisp and getting out of the huddle and taking care of the football, I mean, he typically is a really, really solid backup. He showed that today. I agree with you. I think one of the biggest takeaways from today is we hear a lot of talk, obviously, in the preseason and in training camp. We talk to a player or a coach multiple every day, right? And so when you see the first is that you see some semblance of what you've heard come to life, right? And I think we saw that in that first drive. You talked about how clean and crisp it was. I think they've been very vanilla. They've been very intentional with their install of this offense. I mean, they walk through maybe a jog through pace for 4 or 5 days in camp, where they spend a significant amount of time installing basic run plays, inside run, and a couple of play action and some protection stuff. And today, you saw that clean product, right? They also have talked about whether it was Nick Caserio, Nick Caley, D'Amico Ryans. I think we've heard Titus Howard. I think we've even heard Jake Andrews, the center, one of the centers that's in the competition. We've heard them talk about punching people in the mouth and being physical and getting movement and running the football, and we saw that with the first unit immediately with this Texans team today. So I think first and foremost, before we dig off into the weeds, those two things were very, very important. The clean, crisp, efficient, and then the nature in which they did it seemed to be with a little bit more physicality, which matches what they've said over there over the last couple of weeks.